Hello, wonderful people. Welcome back to another episode of Busy Beader. If you don't know me already, my name is Caitlin, and today we're going to be celebrating 4th of July with a project that I have never done before. Today, we are going to be making a ring. We're going to be making it out of really, really thin wire and some long bugle style beads and adding some little sparkles on top to give it that 4th of July flair. So we're kind of going to learn together today, and I'm just so excited to take this journey with you. And the reason that this journey is going to be possible is because of my sponsor, Fire Mountain Gems and Beads. Please be sure to check out their website. Link is in the description box below. They supply me with everything that I use, and they can be your supplier too. So check them out, as well as my website, also in the description box below, where you can see all of the fun projects that I've done so far. And if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like and subscribe. That way you never miss an upcoming video and you can craft with me all the time. So let's get into making this 4th of July ring together today. Step 1, you're going to gather your supplies and your materials. For this craft, we only need 3 types of beads. You've got these long, more bugle style beads, and then I chose square Crystal Passions beads in red and white because I thought that would complement the blue for 4th of July really well. And then we have this 30 gauge wire. Again, I chose red for this because I thought that it would pop and look really cool, but you can choose whatever color you like. Step 2. All right, first thing that we're gonna need to do to make this ring is to get some wire. So give yourself about 2 feet or so. The nice thing about this copper-coated wire, the zebra wire, is it's not very expensive, so it's okay if you kind of take too much. We're just going to start threading our beads. So the very first bead just goes onto the wire normally, and that's going to sit at the middle point in your wire. You do want to keep this project as even as you can as you go through. That way you don't accidentally run out of wire on one side. So since our first bead is there, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your 2 ends. This project, you're going to want to keep both ends of your wire in your hands because of how we thread it, which is what I'm going to show you now. So you're going to take your bead and you're going to put it on one end of the wire like so. And then you're going to take your other end of the wire and you're going to thread it back through the bead going the opposite direction. So it's going to look like this. And then you're just going to take the ends of your wire and you're going to pull until it gets to the bottom and snaps through like that. I'm going to show you one more time. You're going to take both ends of your wire. You're going to thread a bead through one end. Then you're going to take your other wire and you're going to thread the bead through the opposite end, where it looks like that. And then you're just gonna pull on the ends of your wire until it snaps through. And you're going to continue this process of threading the beads onto the wire like this until you have the length that you need to make a ring. So I recommend if you're making this ring for yourself, you can just use yourself as a guide, and see if it has as many as you need, or you can take somebody else's ring or one of your own rings, and you can kind of use that as a measure too of how many beads. Obviously, this isn't very many beads yet, but when you get more, you'll be able to kind of wrap it around and be like, okay, I need a couple more, or I think I'm good. But however many beads you need, just go ahead and keep threading those until you get there, and then meet me back here. All right, when you feel like you have enough on your little line here, make sure to just give it a test, and looks like mine is good. So what you're gonna do to connect the 2 ends is the same thing that we have been doing. So you're going to take this bead that was on your end, your start bead, and you're going to thread your wires going opposite directions back through that bead like this, and then pull, and then you have a circle. And I thought it would be fun to add a little bit of extra bling for 4th of July. So if you're wanting to stop right here, you don't want to add the extra bling, you're going to want to fast forward to the next step on how to finish. Otherwise, you're going to take your bead, and we're going to start with our biggest bead here, and you're going to go back through in both directions on this bead here, And then see, it's sitting on top, which is super fun. And then to kind of give it a little extra security, you're gonna go back through, not the bead that the wire is coming out of, but the bead right next to it. And you're gonna do that on both sides. So here, and then here. And I'm gonna go ahead and do that a third time. So we're gonna go back up through the bead again, and this other side as well. And then we're gonna go one more over just to make sure that it's extra secure. So you're gonna go back through this one, next one down, and again on the other side. And then you're just gonna make sure that that's nice and secure. And now we're gonna do our little ones on the side. So you're going to go do the almost exact same thing. So we're gonna thread through on opposite sides here of our little bead, and then you're just gonna kind of maneuver it so that it's sitting in the right spot. On this one though, we're only gonna go through twice instead of 3 times, and then we need to do our one over here. So you're just going to bounce through to 3 over to this one here on this side, and you're gonna do the same over. Then thread this bead through tight, and you're gonna go through the second one over, and see, there you have a very nice little sparkle on top. So now we just need to finish. Step 4, we're gonna finish off our ring here. So now that we have our sparkles in place, got a nice width, now we just have to take care of our little tails here on either end. We can't just clip them off, or it could come all undone since this is such a thin wire. So this is where you're gonna wanna take your round nose pliers if you've got them, or if you have extra. I kind of started to run out of wire there at the end. So if you have more than I do, then you can probably just use your fingers. But if you have the same amount here, you're gonna want to grab your round nose pliers, and you're just gonna pick the closest loop and pull it through that loop, and you're just gonna make a little knot with the wire. This isn't something that you generally want to do with wire because wire is brittle and so it will break. But this thin gauge wire tends to act more like string than it does thicker wire, and so it works out just fine. So once you've got that knot in there, whoop, mine broke off, but I'm gonna go through with these little clippers here and clip off that end. And then I'm just gonna do a little tuck to make sure that that little pokey end is not gonna get me when I wear it. And just gotta do the same thing with the other side. So we're just gonna take this end, slip it back through as a knot, and give it a good pull, and then clip off that wire and tuck the end. And there you have it, a very fun ring for 4th of July with the sparkles, or if you decide to go without sparkles, then it'll just look like that, which is really fun. I hope that you guys enjoyed this process, getting to make something new with me today as a ring. And there you have it, a fun 4th of July ring. This technique could be used to make any kind of ring you want to. You can add the sparkles or you can leave the sparkles. I personally think that this was a super fun project. Mine ended up really cute. I like it. It is a little big, probably could have gone with a few less beads, but that's okay. It's just a thumb ring now. Can't go wrong with a good thumb ring. And, you know, I think that it would be really fun to get some more colors of that 30 gauge wire, because then you could just really go crazy with this particular design in making any kind of color that you want. More beads. You can always use more beads and some more wire. And on that note, please be sure to check out my sponsor, the home of all beads and wire. And let your fingers do the walking. Take a peruse and you can find all your own fun stuff to do. And please be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. That way you never miss a thing. I hope that you have a 4th of July that is just full of friends and family and good food and hopefully some fireworks. I will see you in the next one.